Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mini Scroll, the daily internet culture podcast bringing you the biggest stories from social media, the creator economy, and the digital space every Monday through Thursday and sometimes Fridays, like today. I'm your host, Lauren Meisner, the founder of the youth digital media brand, Centennial World. Welcome back to Mini Scroll, everyone. All right, let's get into the stories for today. The first story that I have for you guys is there is some book talk drama going on with an indie author who launched a highly anticipated fantasy debut novel, and essentially all of her readers are saying it's shit. Creator Audra Winter is being talked about across the BookTok community after she released a highly anticipated debut novel, The Age of Scorpius, and readers are slamming it. Audra built a following of over 150,000 on TikTok, where she documented her process writing a fantasy novel over the course of 10 years and self-publishing it with the help of her audience through means like crowdfunding. Audra's novel sold 6,000 pre-sale copies through TikTok Shop, which I guess in the literary world is a pre-sale like unheard of for a debut novelist, like somebody who does not kind of have like an author that doesn't have any books under their belt yet. So when it was released, readers were very disappointed. People said it was poorly written, there were grammar and spelling mistakes, and it seemed unfinished. The rating was so low that Goodreads actually disabled her page, and readers were demanding refunds. Now, Audra hasn't taken this feedback very well, or she was very defensive at first. Now she's made an official response on TikTok saying that she is going to redo her book and that she's going to crowdsource from her audience, editors, and people to help her. She says she wants it to be re-released in December, which I guess people who kind of know this space and who have read the book are like, the amount of effort that's going to need to go into this novel to fix it, like December is a lofty goal. Okay, so I wanted to talk about people saying that they were scammed. I don't see this necessarily as a scam. I understand spending your money on something and getting, like subpar art essentially or subpar work is very disappointing. It feels like a waste of money. But I mean, how many times have we gone to the movies and seen a really shit movie and you're like, yeah, that was kind of a waste of my money. She didn't crowdsource money and then never actually released the book. Like we actually talked about a story like that a few months ago from an author, right? So I don't see this as necessarily a scam. She's also 22, which is often missing from these criticisms. That is so young. Like this is obviously her first novel. She's still so young. She didn't do anything wrong by documenting this experience on TikTok and getting people excited for this book, in my opinion, Like obviously it didn't live up to anyone's expectations, but she took a shot. She went for it. She has audacity, which is going to get her very far. I actually saw some people say maybe she should consider switching careers into literary marketing because that's really what she succeeded at in this entire situation. But yeah, I don't see this as a scam. People bought in to her story, her vision, what she was putting out on TikTok. They got excited to support her. And a lot of the criticisms still are in relation to that. People are like, I know this is her debut novel and I'm really proud of everything she achieved around marketing it and the pre-sales and stuff, but this was kind of trash. So that is how people are mostly framing it because again, she is so young and people were excited to be on this journey with her. And obviously this has got to be a really difficult situation for her. I think if she had received the feedback better, or if it appeared as though she received the feedback better online, then people would have a lot more empathy for her. So she said everyone who bought her book is going to get a free online copy, digital copy of the book released in December. And I guess we'll see. But yes, that's just a little bit of book talk drama for you right now. Okay, the next story that I have for you guys, this is crazy. Matt Rife has bought Ed and Lorraine Warren's home and the adjacent occult museum artifacts. Comedian Matt Rife, okay, who actually on this podcast is better known as Brooke Schofield's ex. He's announced that he has purchased the home of Ed and Lorraine Warren, the haunted Annabelle dollhouse, along with the museum artifacts attached to it. Quote, "We are the legal guardians and caretakers of all 750 haunted artifacts and items in the Warren Museum, including the Annabelle doll." Matt Rife said, announcing his purchase, he purchased it alongside ghost hunter, YouTuber ghost hunter Elton Castee. Ed and Lorraine are paranormal investigators. Their work and home inspired the Conjuring films, the Annabelle films, and oh my God, I've tried to say this 4 times, you guys. Amityville Horror. Amityville Horror. Matt clarified he's not the owner of these things, but he's like their custodian for the next 5 years. And part of these plans of like purchasing the custodianship, I suppose, of these items is he's going to open the home up and, you know, these artifacts up for overnight stays and museum tours. This is the craziest crossover ever. I'm actually surprised there's not like a stricter vetting process for who gets to take care of these items. I'm very surprised that like a YouTuber and some random comedian get to just, you know, be the ones that take care of these items for the next 5 years. Like, whether you believe in paranormal activity or not, and like, okay, I am someone, like, I love spooky shit. Like, I love horror movies. I love all that stuff. I wish I could believe in it. Like, I want to believe so bad, but I really don't know if I do, but like I really want to believe. But regardless, if you believe in that kind of stuff or not, like there's no denying that that home, those items have very valuable IP attached to them. And now they're going to just let Matt Rife take care of that very valuable, like multi-million, if not like billion-dollar IP for the next 5 years. 28-year-old comedian Matt Rife, like fuckboy Matt Rife, that is so random. Like, Matt Rife has not proven to be particularly responsible when it comes to taking care of anything that we have seen. His relationships, his audience, remember that like DV joke that he released? I think it was like the beginning of his Netflix special. His career, how he responded to that. Like, do we think Matt Rife is the right person to take care of all of this? I'm like, surely this should be some like historian or something. Like, they shouldn't just let anybody buy this. I don't know. Okay. The last story that I have for you guys, I'm going to break down the anti-feminist influencer girlies that are fighting right now all over X. So Pearl Davis, Sarah Stock, Morgan Ariel, and Emily Wilson are feuding on X right now. We all know Pearl. Just pearly things, right? She's been desperately trying for years to be embraced as a voice of the far right. But honestly, like, she just can't make it. Like, she is continually flopped. She doesn't practice what she preaches, so, like, people can't take her authentically. And the other women in this story are also, like, far-right commentators, influencers, Christian nationalists, okay? Okay, so basically what happened, Sarah posted a picture of her new engagement ring on X, writing, "I won." Pearl quote tweeted this, and she wrote, "Hottest right-wing e-girl taken off the market, brackets, conservative women will always use their marriage and family to build their brand." Yeah. Isn't that like what you preach? Okay, I don't know. And then Emily Wilson jumped in, writing the ring size with a dead skull emoji. So shady. And then Morgan Ariel jumped in to defend Sarah against Emily being like shady about her ring size, okay? And normally, I don't have like an issue reading direct quotes or direct tweets, but like this tweet has like so many wild accusations, and I've just seen like everyone that's covered this has not actually quoted it, and I feel like that's for a reason. So I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I do need to read the best line to come out of this tweet. She made all these accusations against Emily, and then she wrote, "You're a disgusting feminist whore with a Jezebel spirit who uses filters in all of her videos." That is actually such a compliment. Like, I wish somebody would tweet that about me. That's like the best read of all time. I love it. And then she signs off, "But yeah, I'm the one who needs money, you gold-digging hoe." So yeah, I am better than you. That's how she ended it. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so then Pearl and Morgan were going back and forth, tweeting really like racist, homophobic, sexist things at each other. Emily subtweeted that Sarah's man, quote, can't even afford a ring, and questioned how they'd fund a trad wife lifestyle if he can't even afford a ring. And then she compared Sarah's ring to a $70 Etsy listing. Sarah clapped back with more slut shaming, saying Emily has a triple-digit body count. And then Emily posted on Instagram, blasting, quote, broke conservative men for expecting women to give up careers for small rings. Oh my God. Okay, so I just wanted to cover this really quickly. Like I said, I wasn't going to read like all the tweets because a lot of them are like really horrific. But, you know, I think it's like fascinating to watch all of these women turn on each other, especially because it spawned from Sarah basically doing like the exact thing that they all preach, right? That they all say they want women to do, which is like love Jesus and find a man to marry. And then she posts something that kind of goes in direct opposition to like what they think that should look like, which is like her ring is too small or whatever. And it makes you realize how fragile their beliefs really are. Who's the snowflake now? All right, guys, that's it for Mini Scroll today. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe. Please remember that I'm a disgusting feminist with a Jezebel spirit who uses filters in all her videos too. I love you guys, and I will talk to you on Monday. Bye.